Hi everyone.
Hi,
Hey, nice to meet you everyone. I see already some people in the attendees room. Simon, Roland, Robert, Gordon, Alexander. I'm so glad to have you here today. I'm pleased to be on the side of Noémie Jacquemin for this live session. So I'm Eloïse. I work at La Growth Machine, a sales automation tool. And every week as a community builder, I host webinars with experts, and today we'll talk about how to automate a lead gen and scale your agency. And really interesting if you have an agency, though. Yeah, during this session, don't be shy. Don't hesitate to ask all your questions in the chat. And Noémie Jacquemin, who co-founded the Namco Recruitment Agency, is the great expert that I'm thrilled to invite today. And Noémie, I let you introduce yourself before start the live session.
Thank you so much for the introduction. Hi, everyone. So, yeah, I'm Noémie. I've co-founded Namco Recruitment 3 years ago. It's a recruitment agency where we headhunt salespeople in the UK market. And today I'm going to speak and talk about how I've scaled my agency using like Growth Machine and some automation tools. I'm looking forward to share how I navigated through the myriad of tools that exist and how I build strategies to be able to build consistent pipelines for business development, and also how we're now leveraging the Growth Machine to generate talent acquisition.
Great, thank you. And I already asked in the chat, do you guys are founders or co-founders? Do you have an agency? Really interested in who is the person today in the attendees room to understand maybe, yes, what slides we have to deep dive in and everything. So yeah, in the sidebar on the right corner, you have a little chat button. So really don't hesitate to ask all your questions during the live show. I'll interrupt Noémie to ping pong and to have a discussion and answer your questions. So it's not a Q&A session after the live. It's really interactive. And so, yeah, we have a co-founder, Sarmad. Hi, I'm co-founder of B2B video production company, Nick, agency founder. So, yeah, this is great because you guys are, I think, facing the same issues as Noémie. So, can't wait to deep dive in the subject. I know that Noémie prepares some great slides, and I let you. Yeah, great.
Let's see the slides.
I think so, yeah.
Yes? Okay, good. So the few points we're gonna have a look at today, it's spending on tools, because I think a lot of recruiters and agencies owner right now are a bit lost in how many tools they exist, what to get, and in terms of pricing, it can get very expensive if you get a lot of tools. So we're gonna focus on the strategy that I use to generate pipeline of business development. And then we're going to get a bit more in details about how we leverage AI to be able to refine our list and find the exact prospect or ICP. And finally, all of that will kind of englobe how we leverage automation to be able to focus on what's important, which is closing deals and being able to manage both business development and project delivery. So I'm just giving you a bit of what happened with my agency before automation and like Growth Machine and after. So first, it was very hard for us because you have to, any agency owner knows what's a 360 desk look like, a mix of finding clients and at the same time project delivering. It can get very messy. Very quickly, you can end up having no clients. It's a lot. Same with the strategy in terms of outreach. In the past, it was very hard to have tools that allow you to build sequence and automate all of that. Same with the cost of lead gen. Anyone that spent money on data in the past knows that it used to be very expensive. I've myself made the expenses where getting subscription with some data tool, and you end up spending more than £900 a month just to get phone numbers.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it gets very expensive quickly, you know, and it's hard to get everything moving together. So yeah, same with the tools. Nowadays we bombarded with how many tools there are. They all look amazing, and everyone kind of end up telling you, oh, my tool is the best, but not everybody has used them. And I speak from experience. If I'm sharing today, is because I've made money from using those tools. And in the past we had no multi-channel outreach. It was whether cold calls or emails, which don't really work. So nowadays we've got like a BD strategy that could look like the one of a big SaaS companies, you know, like that have multi-channel outreach. For a very small company, we're only 2 people, and we're able to generate, you know, constant qualified calls weekly, monthly. All of that is manageable with project delivering at the same time. And we're looking to build conversational type of outreach, because I want to be clear about that. I'm not trying to say this is the type of lead gen you will use for a SaaS product. We are agency, we're selling a service, and those type of project takes time between the moment you're gonna speak to the person for the first time and you're gonna finally sign, you know, your terms and agreement. You can have months, years. So you need to be able to stay in touch with those people over time. And this is what we've been able to create using the tools and AI. So
yeah, in the chat, Sarmat say, yeah, this is very hell to benchmark today. There is too much sales tool out there, and I think maybe also the cost can be more and more expensive if you take an agency to do lead gen for your agency. Yeah. And yeah, it could be blurred, and you don't know if the strategy work, if the agency or the expert is good. It's really hard.
Yeah, definitely. That's a bit what happened with us. So back in 2024, we're looking to scale the company, and we've done some coaching, you know, and they tell you all those amazing strategies to be able to win more clients, but we're missing a system to be able to actually make it happen. So it means that, you know, we start doing a bit of business development, but with no strategy. It's very spray and pray, you know, and you get a new client, you're gonna fill the position, and you stop doing BD. Complicated. So we kind of turn to the lead gen agencies to generate lead gen for us. And this is like cowboys, I would say, a bit, because you're gonna have agencies that say to you, oh, we don't do recruitment agencies, or we don't do agencies because we know it takes too much time. And thank God they're honest. And you're going to have the other one that say to you, oh, we can get you 20 calls per month. And I don't know what's happening with that 20 calls per month, but every time I read that, I'm just like, red flags, you know?
Yeah.
And it's expensive.
It's expensive, and every service is has his own issues. We have Nick, a video production company. You know, we are a recruitment agency. Yeah. I mean, this is not the same, and yeah, you really have to be accurate in your coaching if you are a coach or an agency, and yeah. It's really important to have this in mind when you want to be coached or trained or followed up by an agency. Yeah.
Exactly, because most lead gen agency, it's between 4 and 5,000 pound a month, or some are a bit less, but then you don't really know what they're doing. And the problem is it takes 1,000 email to get one call booked for an agency. So imagine how many people get sent an email about your business. You're not building any relationship, you're just spamming people basically.
Yeah.
And you just break the relationship straight away, because people just see you as a spam, and then it's you burning relationships so quick.
Yeah. This is the goal number one, to not be spammy and just kill your potential clients. And Sarma say 25% of reply rate is an amazing metric. Yes, let's deep dive in what you experiment.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to that. So what I've done is that last year, so we had that discussion with the business partner, like, okay, something needs to happen. We're not going with the lead gen agencies. And I'm just thinking, I'm gonna make it happen. I love a challenge. And I've started using a bit Clay. I've heard so much about Clay. I think everyone has heard about Clay. And I've done like everyone, I got one of those referral links, and I've burned through 3,000 credit in 15 minutes. And I wasn't proud of myself. And I felt like, okay, I need to learn. I need to understand how the machine work and adapt it to an agency. So I went to Nathan, and I've done the Clay Bootcamp, which was amazing, because I've discovered a new type of community. And I think like nowadays, the businesses that help each other are so much more successful than the ones that don't. Gatekeeping and all, like, they just show me that, oh, we can share everything and everyone's gonna be happy and make money. And that's really what happened. And they really helped me to be clear about building strategies that then I can create tabs and tables on Clay that I can then use. Learning how to credit save, because it can get very expensive. You can burn through credit super quick. Building streaming tables, all those very fancy tables. So I've learned that, and I've been able then to apply it to our agencies. And I was kind of looking then for a tool that will help me to use the data that I've got from Clay to then use it and start outreaching. And that's where, I got in touch with La Growth Machine, and I was like, okay, that looks pretty good. I've done my shop around, same, you get so many people saying to you, oh, I've got that type of tool, try my tool. And for me, one of the thing that I was very clear about is that my LinkedIn network is my net worth. And I don't want to spoil it. And I don't want to be in a situation where I get banned or something like that. And I think like Growth Machine does a great job with that, because it's like the way you create the IP for each account, so you're not really recognized as a third party. To me, just, okay, there's a stress that is gone, because I know that when I'm gonna automate everything, I'm not gonna have problems.
Yes, safety is really one of our first mission, and LinkedIn safety, to be more precise. And to be honest, on the beginning, we didn't have let's say a one pager which explain everything, but a lot of agencies also, because they have clients and they bring clients they use LGM for their clients. Now we have a safety LinkedIn account safety page. So I can put it in the chat if you have question, because some people say, but I don't want to use this sales automation tool because I don't want to be banned for me, for my clients. So super, super important. And also I asked for the chats. You said, guys, that you are founders of agency or companies. Where are you in your lead gen process? Are you just starting out? Are you facing issues? What are they? Really interested to know more about your issues, and because I think if you are here in this live session, you do have question and maybe face issues that we can share together. And Sarmat say, Noémie, do you use like growth machine with founder profiles?
Yes.
Yeah. Of course. Maybe like growth machine. I don't know if you all understand. No, sorry. Who is what is like growth machine? It's a sales automation tool. Don't hesitate to ask question. I think Noémie also can plan to demo a little bit. So
yes, I will do right after.
Yeah.
I'm very much about disclaimers.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people that comes to me and they're like, oh, I've got problem with my business development. I've got my problem with lead gen. You're doing automation. And basically the problem doesn't really lie around the automation, or it's more there's a few steps to do before reaching that point. And I really want everyone to be successful. So I feel like I need to share about that. I would say do not automate if you're not able to close business in the first place. So if you don't have that skill, get help first. So you know that you're not gonna get leads and calls, and you get on the phone and you don't know what to do. So it's very important. Same, I would say, if you don't have a clear ICP, it can get messy because you want. There's so many possibilities. You can outreach to so many people that you can get lost in the ocean of opportunities, and it can again get messy. And last one will be, you need to build a habit of doing BD still, because it's a bit like getting an air fryer. If you don't peel the potato and put the potatoes in the air fryer, you won't have fries at the end of the day. So you need to make sure that you're gonna have a set of time and you're gonna be consistent. The automation is here to support you, but it won't do the job for you, basically. So then in terms of strategies and markets, one of the things I would say is that when you work, when you're an agency, the sales cycles are very long. So you don't want to just, outreach with an email or LinkedIn connection and forget about it. You want to build a long-term relationship. And that's why with La Growth Machine, you've got that opportunity, to build over time a relationship with your prospects. So if you were to message them and they're like, oh, actually, I don't need videos right now, or I don't need recruitment right now, but let's stay in touch. You are there, and in 2 months' time, you can outreach again and say to them, hey, what's up? And with La Growth Machine, that is brilliant, because you get your LinkedIn messagery, which means that you've got clarity about, it's just the messages about BD. You're not mixed up, because the LinkedIn message tool is just awful. It gets very messy. You get like many messages. So with La Growth Machine, you get that clarity and you're able to follow up with people. So I would really recommend that. So then just quickly about the tools, what I use for CRM, I would use HubSpot. So I will store all my data on HubSpot. I will use Clay to segment, find information, enrich my list. And then I will use La Growth Machine to do outreach, but I will also use it to work within my LinkedIn network. So La Growth Machine and LinkedIn works hand in hand. You get to basically, I would say it's mostly with LinkedIn. You've got others way of using your outreach, like your channels, but the basis of it is really social warming, as in, oh, we're gonna first connect with that person, they're in your network now, and then we can use different channels to outreach to them. So these are the 3 tools I use.
And there is native integration between them, between Clay and La Growth Machine and HubSpot.
Exactly.
So it's really fluid, I think. And just to complete about outreach and multi-channel, for some people and for some and different strategies, La Growth Machine is used with email as a first contact and then LinkedIn as a follow-up. But for other use case, like a recruitment agency, LinkedIn is the first connection point, and then email can be a follow-up, a channel to make a follow-up. And what we think about LinkedIn is, how Noémie said, social warming and setting is really important to create familiarity and trust before even send the first message.
Yeah.
So you can like, you can follow, and then you can send the first message on LinkedIn, for example. And so Noémie used Clay to enrich her database, but for the one who doesn't have Clay, you can also enrich with La Growth Machine, and there is no token. It's free and unlimited. What else? And with this stack, I think you can really do a really good lead gen process and have a 25 reply rate.
Yeah, exactly. And always keep it simple, because I had people reaching out to me and they've made it so complicated, It's just like, oh, they have a list of 6,000 people and they have so many tools and it's just so complicated. And I'm like, just keep it simple. Just tools that, integrate with each other. Just keep it simple. Build small list and do that social warming. And what I like with the sequencing on La Growth Machine is that you can replicate the human interaction. As you said, you can view the profile, and that's something that if you were to do it manually before calling someone or sending a message, you will go on their profile. Actually, you will do that, and it's small details that, well, once you send a message, of course, I'm sharing about lead gen, so people now, they know that I'm using La Growth Machine. But when I use my business partner profile, they think it's him, like that just sent the message. And I think that it's brilliant because, of course, the message is important, but the fact that we've got all those little tasks just before, you create that familiarity. And very important to be present on LinkedIn, posting on LinkedIn, because you build credibility. So then when they see you viewing their profile, they're like, oh, actually, this is a real human, So I'm just gonna show a result we've done on a campaign. So that was a campaign that I've built. It was we started it, I think, in December. So we had to pause because of Christmas. But as you can see, we've got some very good replies. So simple. I see those people that do those big sequences. I just keep it simple, First you visit the profile, you add the relationship. I always wait between 2 to 3 days before sending a first message, because we all been there, someone just added you and is slapping you.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you just get that and once you've got the it's finished for you. So just wait, take time. And that's why also don't go too fast with everything, thinking, oh, I need to get on the phone with people. Take time and just we nurture the prospects.
And in the ad relation, do you do a connection intro? I mean, a text with your connection requests?
I don't. So I've done the test in the past, and I've sent 100 connection with a message and 100 connection without message. And when I don't send the message, I get 60 to 80% acceptance. Yes. And if I send with a message, I get like, it's very, very low. Like I don't go further than the 30%. And I think people just expect the sales pitch so much, and we get so many pitch that they just had enough, if your profile is optimized and you just send a connection request, they know you've got something in your head, but they will be more trusting you if you have a few thousand followers, you've got a nice picture, and you've got clear tagline. They will add you. So I don't personally, I wouldn't recommend to send with a message, but again, it's just me.
Okay.
And I see it also from the way I behave. If I receive most of the messages are awful, and if I receive a message, it's finished. Whereas if the person had waited maybe and just started a discussion with me, they would have had a chance maybe to get me. So it's more like that. Then we send first message, second message, same. I wait between 2-3 days between the message, and then I will call. I don't really do emails because I see such a great response with just LinkedIn and cold calling that I don't see why I should add more.
Okay. Yeah, it depends of the use case, I really think.
Yeah. In recruitment, from the people that I've been working with, and it takes so many emails to actually get something. So like the percentage speak for themselves, it's like, is it worth it? And I think nowadays, if you get on the phone, you also get you get straight away with someone. And that's actually one of the very cool things with the tool with like Rough Machine, is that you get the tasks and who to call, and you don't have to check and get lost into, okay, I've got task, it's, and you just need to check every day to reply to your messages and see if you have calls to make.
Do you use the like memo script in the call brick? You have this, you can message you can script your call.
So I will use it in a way that I just leave information for my business partner who does the calling.
Yeah, to collaborate in team. Great.
Just to tell him like, oh, you're gonna call that person which is within that niche, that that's maybe nice. Have roles. And then I know it's more the kind of free flow, which is, but you can definitely put a script on. I'm thinking for like maybe companies that have a few more employees than we do, you want to be able to have that script. I'm thinking for like recruitment agency that would be reaching out to candidates that, they have a role, they can put all the information and just get on the phone, pitch that job,
Yeah, absolutely. And do you also use the LinkedIn voice maybe as a follow-up?
So this is a new thing. Maybe I'm gonna share my screen with you. So I'm testing new things. So I had so many people saying to me, oh, I've tried the voice note, so I was like, okay, I need to give it a try. So we've twisted a bit, and that new campaign that we're doing we started in January. So we've started doing it with voice notes. So same workflow.
Yeah.
But instead of the second message, it's a voice note. The feedback we get is that people are curious naturally. So, you might send a first message and then you send a second one. And and this one's gonna be a voice note, and suddenly they just want to know what's behind,
Yeah.
And the good thing you've got is that you've got the AI that helps you to change the name depending of the prospect.
Yeah, you can say, hi, Martin. Hi, Robert. Hi, Sarmad. But because, so you record first your message.
Yeah.
Let's say, I don't know if you saw my first message 2 days ago, but I really have a good opportunity for you. This is your message. And the AI clone your voice to say, hi, Martin. Hi, Jeremiah. Hi, Noémie, with your voice. This is really powerful.
I think that's one of the coolest thing that we're gonna
Yeah.
implementing right now, because it's just, again, you don't need to have something super complex, but it's like those small tweak that makes you so human. And again, we don't want to be just spraying and spamming people. We want to be human at scale,
Yeah,
just
that's
like,
exactly this.
just being able to actually do more with what we have. And I kind of like it. Another one of the tips that I would get with the voice note, let's say you don't use the name changing tool, even if you don't state the name, if you don't speak like a robot reading your scripts, and you just have a bit of intonation in the voice, and you're smiling when you speak, well, actually, people reply to you because you sound human. And I think that's also very important, because when I receive voice notes and they just speak on the same, frequency, I'm just like, oh, I'm getting pitched something. But if I'm just speaking like I speak naturally, you get more interest from the prospect. So that's my little trick. Is there some question maybe?
For the moment, no.
No.
Sarma said that you have amazing numbers here. Stephen has to leave, and he asked if the recording will be sharing. So we talk about like Growth Machine, but as community builder, I created the Playground, which is a community platform to share strategies and tactics, and every recording, every replay of the webinars are in the community platform. So I just share the link. Question, Noémie, did you surpass 28 reply rate with campaign that has voice note message? I think it's new, right?
Yeah, I don't have the results yet, so I can't really let you know just yet, but I will definitely.
Yeah, there is a lot of use case and strategy shared on the Playground, Sarmad, with the LinkedIn voice. Also, what we did, it's I can share with you guys the 25 best script of LinkedIn voice. We made it to help you. So it's also in the Playground. Let me check. Yeah. 11 LinkedIn voice scripts with more than 25% of reply. So I gave you here the link. Probably it will be because of the fact people interested in hearing the voice notes, of course. So we recommend not sending a LinkedIn invite note. So Ashton, some people has really good connection request acceptance rates with note. At La Growth Machine, we do advise to use it in a really simple and clear way. But Noémie just proved that for her use case, it's not working. So you really have to maybe have a A/B testing on that.
Yeah, I would say try. Everything's trial and error, and that's something I've learned by watching all those, training and lead gen kind of information, is that what works for someone might not work. So you want to always do trial and error, just stay you want everything to be live, basically. Just that's actually my next one.
Yeah.
You want to always tell. It's the same with messaging. You might have written the best message in the world, and then you're gonna send it and you get no responses, and because that message was written for finances and you're sending it to salespeople, it doesn't work. It might just be like, try small lists, don't go for, I don't know, thousands of people. Just try small lists and see what works. And after a few months, you get, you can check your data within your campaigns and all, and you can see, okay, that works, that doesn't, that worked with that type of people, and then that's it, really.
Yeah.
So one thing we started doing is that I used to use Clay to build lists of ICP companies and then, find the contacts, decision maker. And what I've done is that now, because I'm creating motion with La Growth Machine, when you get a responses from someone, you get the lookalikes opportunities. So basically, you would get, let's say, someone at La Growth Machine replies to me. I'll reach to them to maybe do some business with them. Well, the tool is able to say to me, oh, that person replied to you, they were interested. Here are 100 other companies that could be, interested by your product. So it enables you to create a live ICP, because same when you're an agency, it's not like when you're selling SaaS. Things evolve, and you might have a very clear idea of who you're talking to, and actually your clients look a bit different, and it's not that clear. With that tool, you're able to actually know live who's really replying to you and who you should go after.
Yeah, I don't know if maybe do you want to share your screen, or I can do it with the lookalike search.
Yeah, I can do it if you want.
Yeah.
So
and Ashton, yeah.
I think Eloïse just got locked out. Your mic is cut. Yeah, your mic is still off.
Yes. Okay.
All
Sorry.
Right. Did Ashton had a question?
No, because Ashton say that about Note, has his goal is to build a network, but not really pitch in the first message.
Yeah. That's what I would say, actually. If you were to send a message, don't go for the pitch in the message, because it's just like people knocking at your door and pitching to you. It's just like it creates the step back, effect. So definitely, if you find a nice way to introduce yourself, try it. Just try. I'm gonna share my screen. So here I'm on La Growth Machine database. So let's say you've got case studies. I worked in the past with a company named PatSnap. So I'm going to search for that company. And here I get, 569 results of company lookalike. I can add more filters to it. So let's say I just want them to be in the United Kingdom, because I only work that market. And I'm only gonna work companies that have 201 to 500 employees. And here I get my results. So one thing I would say, don't be scared of having small results, because you might want to outreach to multiple people within the company. Especially if you're an agency. Most of the time we need champions within the companies to be able to actually sign agreements with those people. So I find the leads now, so the contacts at the companies, and I can enter. So let's say VP Sales, CEO. I'm just going for up. And here I've got my results. So as you can see, it's pretty accurate. And now I can import the leads to a new audience and match them with a sequence. So let's say Pat Snap Lookalike.
So in the chat, we have questions, but I let you. How do you exclude existing clients from an audience?
So I will use Clay to refine. If you wanted, for example, here, here I can export the list of what I've just created, enter it on Clay, and then use Clay to remove those people.
Yeah. Also, with the integration with HubSpot or Pipedrive or CRM can help. And also, of course, you can, in La Growth Machine, exclude people who are already in another audience list to be sure that you don't send two messages to the same people. So you can exclude people who are already in another campaign.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, great.
So here we've built that list of lookalikes, and now I'm just gonna create my campaign. So I use this template.
Oh yeah, you have templates, right? You also have build from scratch option if you need.
I do have both. I really like this one.
Yeah.
I think everyone's got their favorite ones.
Yes.
And same, you need to try and see what works for you. So yeah, that would be. What did I do?
That's amazing. For the one who wants to try La Growth Machine, I have a magical link to test it 1 month for free instead of 14 days. I just published it in the chat. Also, we had a question of Mustafa asking, can you give us an example of how you will introduce yourself in the first message, not in a pushy or spammy way?
Yeah, so I wouldn't really introduce myself straight away. I will start with hi, blah, blah. And I will say something. So because I work in recruitment, I saw that you're hiring for blah, blah. So I'm trying to show them that I know something about them, not something creepy, like, oh, I know that you take, I don't know, I've seen some templates where people are using hyper personalization wrongly, but just you want to spot something that you know they will need your service. That's if it's clear enough. And then I would ask them a questions that would put them in a position that they can feel the pain of that thing I've pointed out. And then I would say, oh, I'm Noémie. I work at Namco Recruitment and I help company like yours. So here, for example, we were targeting the PatSnap lookalike. So I would say I help company like PatSnap, so the people, because it's a company Lookalike, they will know it's one of the competitors, so it will make sense to them. And I will put some metrics, so saying like, oh, I helped that company fill the position in under 30 days, for example. And then I just finish with, is it worth a chat? And that would be it. Keep it very small. Think that people read most of their messages on their phone. So if you send something too long, you don't want them to scroll. Basically, you want it to be sharp and clear. I will keep it like that. And then the second messages will be something like, I know it's busy right now, you might not have seen my message, and kind of reiterate a bit what you're talking about, because if you just send, did you see my message? People didn't see it in the first place, so you just creating confusion. So you want to reiterate a bit, and then it will be calling. And then the last message, I never do breaking messages, because if you outreach to the person 2 months later, they don't really remember you anyway. So just keep the door open,
Of course. Great. Really, really useful tips. We have a question about, it's not a question, but it's Sarmad saying, I launched a Clay newsletter, and probably I will give a try to La Growth Machine to grow my lists. I think really to grow a newsletter lists, La Growth Machine can be really useful. We do have some use case about other users of La Growth Machine using LGM for their list and their inbound strategies. So it's really important, I think, when you have content, lead magnets, newsletter, to leverage it and do outbound. This is all bound, inbound plus outbound.
Yeah, definitely. And one thing I would say to Samad, if I were him, I would go to people that publish Clay content and use social signals, basically, like people that have been to a webinar on LinkedIn about Clay, and start growing from there, because those people are already interested in Clay. So you that newsletter will be interested to them. So definitely use it that way with La Growth Machine.
Yeah, absolutely. Can you share your screen? Sorry, Noémie, to show how to import people from LinkedIn using LinkedIn intents,
Yes, definitely.
Because I think Sarmad, what just Noémie said, it's really important.
So let's say, can you see my screen?
I will add it. Yeah, just now. And here we go.
So you will get in the search bar. Are we going for Clay?
Or, for example, it could be also another creator about Clay, a Clay creator.
Oh my God, I don't want to put someone on the spot.
But even the bootcamp, we can scrap Nathan. I mean,
events Clay. Let's go for an event, maybe.
Yeah.
How to sell Clay services. I'm just gonna try to scrap the attendees.
Yeah. Or it could be a post or anything. And here, when you go to La Growth Machine, you just copy paste the event link or a post, and you will see Sarmad that,
I'm just gonna take that audience away. Oh, sorry, I'm not sharing my screen. I just realized I'm sharing the wrong. So let me just go back. So I've took the link. So now I'm back onto a sequence. So I'm gonna do select an audience, create a new audience, import from LinkedIn.
Yeah, here we go.
I can do the event. So attending an event. And what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna put the link of that event.
And it could be a post to import all the people who comment a post, your post, or a post from anyone else.
Yeah. So I didn't participate to the event, so I'm not.
Okay. Yeah, but maybe with the post will be.
Yeah, I'm gonna do with a post. Sorry.
No. Commented the post, for example.
So I'm just gonna go with Nathan's, for example. Nathan.
Also, I know that some. Mhm.
Sorry, just give me a second.
Sarmad, I just share in the chat also a use case shared by Chris, who also has a newsletter and explain how he leverage his newsletter thanks to La Growth Machine.
So I've just clicked pause Nathan.
Yeah.
So I've just took that and I'm creating an audience. And as you can see, I'm getting people loaded to the sequence. And just like that, you've got people that are hyper potentially interested by your product, because now it's, you know, that they're interested in clay, and I think that's very, very important.
And the icebreaker is really natural, saying, I just saw that your comments a post about clay. I have a newsletter sharing templates, for example. So maybe you should have a look, something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
We have any other question? Don't think so. I shared also 2 different guides, one about LinkedIn Voice, and for the one who wants to connect and grow their network, LinkedIn Notes. If you want to try again LinkedIn Notes, Noémie, we do have a template named 15 LinkedIn Notes with a 40% response rate.
Okay, yes, now you're putting me up for a challenge.
Yes, that's true.
I like that.
So yeah.
And now the last thing with La Growth Machine, I think we need to have a chat again in 6 months' time about it, because I've started using La Growth Machine for talent generation. So a lot of recruiters are in a position at the moment where LinkedIn Recruiter is getting more and more expensive, and the codependency relationship with LinkedIn Recruiter is just very bad. So same, at the end of the year, I was like, okay, it's getting expensive. How can we reduce costs, you know? Lead gen really is same as talent generation. Like, that's why I call it talent generation, because your product is a person. So I was like, well, let's use like Growth Machine, and I'm starting doing that. So now over the years, I kind of always had in mind that one day LinkedIn will be a problem. So I would add the people that I would outreach to with LinkedIn Recruiter to my network, which means that now I've got a very rich network of potential candidates. So same, I will do the same search we've done just before, going through my network, make sure the job titles, locations is relevant, and then I will outreach to them. One thing I would say, for if there's any recruiters here and they're still tied up to their LinkedIn Recruiter account because they do some very strong contracts, is the plan for your exit. It's time to build an exit strategy. And one thing that I would do is that when you build a list on LinkedIn Recruiter, you can download the CSV and then you can upload it to La Growth Machine and just do add connection, which means that everyone that you've been getting in touch with, you're now getting connected to them, which means that the day you don't want to renew, well, you've already have them in your network, and La Growth Machine allow you to do that without lifting a finger, basically.
Yeah. I think for a recruitment use case, LinkedIn Recruiter is a little bit like old. I don't know, like who emails. I think emails is really old also.
Yeah, it's old and it's very expensive. And the thing, what happened is that after COVID, the job boards kind of died. They all died. So everyone went on LinkedIn, and they took the monopoly over everything. But just like anything, when you're too dependent on something, it becomes a problem. And I think that now we've got solutions, and you're able to do the multi-outreach channel type of strategy with that. And same, like we worked on a position, and less than 3 weeks we filled the position just using like Growth Machine, and we just used our network. And that's why I'm saying to people, you need to start looking at what you've got rather than even just going far away from, getting more data, and just look at your network and see there's always business in your network. There's always candidates in a network. Just work with that and build those relationships, because if you work within that pool, you become that person that they know to reach out to for anything.
Pretty accurate. So any question before we conclude this live?
I can see Nick asks if we need LinkedIn Premium for the Growth Machine outreach to work. It works with. I'm not paying for LinkedIn at the moment. I'm LinkedIn free, and it works. There's no problem with that.
Yes. Oh, really? This is the last question of Nick?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't see it in the chat. Weird. Okay. Yes. No, or maybe I don't. Maybe I have to refresh it, but I don't want to lose the live again. Okay. If you have any question, then you can just contact Noémie on LinkedIn. I think you're okay with that, Noémie, right? And also on the playground, Noémie is one of our advisors, so don't hesitate to connect with her. And as I say, Growth Machine is the sales automation tool. Playground is our community platform. If you are a user of Growth Machine or not, you can just join the community, share strategies, tactics, ask questions, challenge your ideas, and we are all here to leverage our skills in outreach. It's really about help each other. Yeah.
Sarmad had a question, but I'm not sure if you can clarify a bit. We have a realtor clients, they don't have much LinkedIn presence. If you can just give me more information about what you're looking for. Then Nick, I can see, what are your thoughts on sending monthly messages over the course of a year to increase chances of them being on the market? Yes, definitely. Of course, just it's like knocking at the door. Maybe not monthly, but stay in touch. If they say to you, oh, I'm not looking for your service at the moment, just every 2 months, come back to them, see if maybe they're on the market yet. I would use maybe a sequence that you would build from scratch, where every week you like one of their posts if they're active on LinkedIn, so they always kind of have your head in their mind, so staying in touch over time. And then Mustafa was asking, where is the free link for a month? It's here. I'm just gonna share it again. So Sarma is not saying more. I would say for anyone that wants to, if their clients are on LinkedIn, definitely build something on LinkedIn, post some content, and it builds credibility, and that's how you do business. Okay.
Sorry, guys, I don't see the question in the chat. It's really odd. So I add another Windows. Okay. Are there any benefits to using Sales Navigator with Growth Machine? Yes. Yes, for the. I mean, you can use the LGM database as Noémie just showed, but if you use Sales Navigator, you'll be more accurate in your segmentation with filters, I think. What do you think, Noémie?
Yeah, definitely. It's all about segmentation at the end of the day. You want to refine the most possible way who you are outreaching to. So I Personally, I'm just on a crusade to not use Recruiter, like pay LinkedIn. So I'm maybe not the best guy for that, but definitely if you can, maybe instead of having Clay, having just Sales Navigator and like Growth Machine can be beneficial for you.
Yeah, I think too. But if you want to use the LGM database, which is based on Sales Navigator, you can. It's just that for us, it was an MVP feature. It's the version 1, so you have less filters. But as Noémie just showed, you have Lookalike, or you have, let's say, LGM database search as on LinkedIn. So you can absolutely try to use like Growth Machine. We just want to build a sales automation tool which is a all-in-one platform. So that's why we developed this tool to help you segmenting, scrap, also social warm, then multi-channel outreach, and then connect with your CRM. So you can do everything just with like Growth Machine. If you want to more be precise in your segmentation and you think that maybe one filter or two filter are missing in the Sales Navigator, in the LGM database, you can add a Sales Navigator, but it will work. I mean, if you don't have Sales Navigator.
So I'm gonna have to log out. I'm sorry. If you have any questions, just come into my my DMs on LinkedIn. I'm more than happy to share information. And thank you everyone for coming and showing up.
Thank you very much, Noémie. It was really a pleasure to have you. Thank you for all your tips, for your experience and experiment you shared with us. It was really inspiring, and can't wait to keep chatting and debating with you guys on the playground. Also, join the playground. The recording will be there in the day, during the day, and let's chat for our next webinar of in two weeks, I think. Yeah. Amazing. Thank you. Bye, Noémie.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.